Hello, welcome to the video. I'm Wayne Parenta. So in today's lesson, on this instrumental, this is just my own version of this. So I've, kind of improvised here and there, and hopefully you guys enjoy what I made today. Now, if you guys want to get the backing track, I'll leave a link below. Now, the backing track, I play any bass and any rhythm guitar on here, and I have a live drummer playing along. So if you want to grab that, just look below to this video and you'll see it. Now, hopefully you guys will like and subscribe to this video because I'm going to have a lot more of this kind of stuff coming out. But anyway, enjoy. Okay, let's start here maybe with my guitar sound for Apache. I use this on other songs also, but this is sort of the sound or how to get the sound or what I'm doing here. Okay, basically here would be my clean sound. Okay, so now what I do is I'm using two effects and I'm sort of just building them. What I'll do, and now you might just think, I hear delay in there, so if I just have a delay pedal, you can come close to this. Yes, you can, but I'm sort of using two effects, both delay, I guess. Now, you could get by with just the one, so this is a tape echo machine that I have on here now. Okay, and let me just play maybe a single note so you can hear some of the repeats in here. Kind of do a slow and a fast one. And maybe just strum a chord here. So what I do is I have that sound on, okay, and then what I'll do, I'll shut that off, and now back to my clean, just dry. I'll add a second delay effect, and this would just be a normal, digital delay. And what I do is I set this for just sort of a really fast slap back, almost like a reverb effect. And what that's going to do is just kind of fill in and give you a bigger sound to the tape echo. So this is again just your kind of similar rockabilly sound, So just a real quick, slap back effect. So now let me go back. So here's the first tape echo sound, which isn't bad, but now I'll add the slap back echo or delay sound, and it just fills it out a little bit more. So the combination of the two sound really good if you can, maybe get two pedals or maybe two, digital delay pedals and try that, or just try it with the one delay pedal with a bunch of the repeats. That might just work out fine for you. But I like the, two of them together. Especially when you're playing some slow stuff, even just chords like, here's a simple chord progression for you. Just, the two of them just fill out just so nice. And I have almost like a chorus, a little bit of a chorus effect in there with the tape echo. So, if anything, that would be my little secret on getting this sound. Just the two delays kind of set differently and then combined. But let's go look at the first riff here. Okay, the notes here on the very first riff is sort of just coming out of your A minor chord. Now, some people have asked on my other videos, what key am I playing these songs in? Well, I guess a good way to think of it, or the way I think of this, is that usually the first chord in a song is the key of the song. So, on the backing track, you hear me hit an A minor chord. And that's sort of your cue when the drums are starting. You hear that A minor chord when I strum the rhythm on the backing track. That's your cue to come in with the riff, with this opening riff. So, usually, I'm going to say 99% of the time, the very first chord in the song is usually the key of the song. So, with this here, we're starting just third string off your A minor chord. And I'll use my second, first, and third finger. And just give that a slight bend. And you can just wiggle that a bit. Okay, so you have those three notes. And now I'm going to do a slide. I'm going to slide here from 5. And then I'm going to go 3, 5 on the second string. So we have now I guess on the second time I didn't go to this note, I just went here and then right to the slide. So again, slowly. And the slide would just be from 3 to 5. Now I've seen some versions where people will play it here. That would work, but this sounds better, on different strings, gives you a better sound. this is the way, I guess Hank Marvin would play it from the Shadows. I've seen some people hit an open string there instead of this E. I think it's a closed string. The open E just doesn't sound right to me. So I would use all closed strings here. Because then you see, I can give it some vibrato with my, finger here instead of an open E where you'd need a whammy bar, or a tremolo bar. So that's the opening riff. Now I'm just going to break this into parts, and then you can go back and watch the demo and piece it all together instead of repeating pieces as I teach it. Now, on this track, when I played to the demo, I had trouble after, the main opening riff. Now, when the song starts with I had trouble grabbing the whammy bar in time to hit the bend on the first note. So what I did when I played the performance to the backing track, this very first part, I held on to the, tremolo or whammy bar as I played the very opening part, and I didn't use it at all. I was just playing it normal, trying not to push down, on the bar. So you could add it if you want, as I just did there, but and there I didn't. Now I'm all ready to go when the song starts. I don't have to be reaching for it and then missing a note. So, when I did the performance, the video that you watched on the demo, that was the third time through. And that was the first time that I actually made it all to the end, because I tried about 3 times starting, and I kept, missing the bar, like I was saying, to get it in time. So on this backing track, I also had picked a drum track where the drummer was, like the main beat of the song, the drummer was hitting the double hit on the snare, sort of your classic Ventures pipeline beat, and most of the versions that I've heard, or I'm sure a lot of you have heard, they do sort of a military beat on the snare drum. And to me, I didn't really like that. I found it a lot easier playing along to the double hit on the snare. So if you know the song, if anything, I hope you enjoy my backing track. Again, excuse my bass playing and my rhythm guitar playing, but at least you have something, that's maybe a little bit different if you already have a backing track for this. But anyway, let's go look at the next riff here. Okay, so now after that intro part, the main part here is I'll do a slide from 1st fret to 2nd fret in the on the 4th string. And then I'll hit the string underneath it here, the 3rd string in the 2nd fret. Now, with all this, delay sound and all this, if you want to call it fancy guitar sounds, you really don't need that. And I'd say you really don't need the whammy bar either. I could still play this on my Telecaster without the whammy bar, or tremolo bar. All I would do is I would just kind of give some of these notes some vibrato. So if I was playing this without the whammy bar, I would go. And just shake some of those notes out of the, out of the song. So, again, it's not really needed. It's just more of an effect. So, starting here with the slide. And then I'll hit an open A string. And then if you do have the bar, I'm going bend that one. And if anything, when I did play the performance to the backing track, I was really trying to actually overuse the whammy bar on purpose because I wanted to make it sound different. So I wasn't holding back. I was trying to throw it in as much as possible. Now, it was hard holding that bar all the time, but that's just something I guess you get used to after you do this style a lot. So, Now this is the over the A minor, so you have, and then hit your open A string. And then when it goes to the D, now you're going to move down here. So I'm just going to play those two notes off the D chord. So this would be the 2nd fret, 3rd string, and then 3rd fret, 2nd string. So then you have, and then you're back up to the A minor. Now this whammy bar stuff again, I'm gonna totally leave that up to you guys. You can throw that in wherever you want. You know, everybody's gonna have a different a feeling or skill level on using that. So let me just try to play it here with the whammy bar. And maybe you can kind of hear where I'm bending the notes. So I'm trying to go rather fast with this. You know, I've included the tab for this so you can pick up the main parts by reading the tab. Now, so that's sort of the main part. Again, you can play this with the whammy bar or without it, and I'll just play it for you one more time. And here, these two notes, I'll just bar those with my 1st finger. So that's basically the two parts, the main part of the song. Let's go take a look at the next part. Now on the next part, we're going over the F chord. So we're just playing two notes here. Now, if you're more of a beginner, some of you will have trouble with this, but I'll bar those two notes. We're playing here on the 5th string, 3rd fret, and then the note underneath that. So I'll bar those two with my 2nd finger. And now this would be more of a technique on the picking hand. So we're going to go. Now, if I wasn't using the whammy bar, I would come back and sort of dampen the strings, move back a little bit, and make that delay sound really pop out. But I was hanging onto the tremolo bar the whole time, so it was a little tricky for me to play, and maybe didn't get the proper sound I wanted, but I was still basically picking the same. And then I'm all ready to go to the open A string and just press down on the whammy bar. So maybe just some simple things about the whammy bar. When I am hitting, for example, that open A string or any of the notes on here, I'm not pushing down really hard. So let me just hit an open A string here for you and just show you if you can see this, but I'm pushing down on the whammy bar, I would say like an inch and no more than that. I have loosened the springs on the back of the guitar. As you can see, I have it open. So I just sort of was messing around this and found the right tension. I have, this is like a sort of a floatable bridge where you can bend up or down. So I put the bridge so it was just coming down flat to the body and didn't tighten it any more than that. So it's just touching the body. So then it's a little bit looser to push down, is my thinking. If I had it up a little bit and I want to push up and down, I find that when I'm resting on it, I'm putting it out of tune. So I just thought I would, instead of tightening it down really tight, then it's really hard to push down. I would just, as I said, just put it flat to the body where it just touched the body and would stay in tune better. So a little easier to shake. So that's all I'm really doing on any of these parts. I'm not really pushing down. I'm just barely touching it. So, again, that's up to you how you want to set your guitar, but that's how I'm using the whammy bar as an effect. So now this part, for some of you, this is such a simple part, but or easy part, but if you've never played this song before, this is a little tricky to get this this picking part. So let me try to explain this to you. So starting with a downstroke on the 5th string, and then I'm sort of doing like a gallop effect, picking technique or whatever on the 4th string. So down, down. So I would have basically I'm just alternate picking on that 4th string. And then going open A. So now you can see maybe how that's a little tricky to do while you're holding, the whammy bar. And I'm trying not to push down on the bar because I don't want it to go to tune. And then the second time I just held that note, okay? So the first time through I'm going to hit the open A string, and then the second time through is just going to hit that note and just shake that note a bit. So now this picking technique stuff is really hard to teach, so excuse me if I'm not doing a good job of this, but I think the easiest part on this thing is maybe just listening really close to what I'm doing after I tell you what I'm doing. But there I finished on an upstroke, but I think I'm finishing actually on a downstroke, the last note. However you want to do that, finish on a down or finish on an up, totally up to you, what feels right, but here now I'm dampening a bit. So if you want to hang on to the bar and do that, or if you want to, just pick it up when you hit the last note. Or if you don't have a whammy bar, I guess you can just, you could do some of the behind the net bends, but it's not the same as the whammy bar. So I would just shake the note really slow. Don't bend it because you're going to totally make it sound sour and put it to, kind of out of tune. You see what I mean? You don't want that. I would just lightly touch those notes if you want to try that and don't have a whammy bar. So it'd be. And again, you can only do that on the open strings. But anyway, that's that part. Let's go take a look at the next one. Okay, the next part here, we're going from a F, G, to C, A minor, and then it sort of stays in C a little bit longer the second time, and then the third time through it'd be the same as the beginning. Okay, so basically I'm just playing off of that F chord, so the notes are to your F. So I'll hang on to the whammy bar. I guess a beginner thing for using the whammy bar, if you're not used to it, for a song like this, whenever you're ending a phrase, you can just give it a little shake. You know, I'm using it sort of all the way through certain notes, so I might use it on the first note. You know, I used it on 3 there, so it just sort of depends where I want to throw it in, but or you could simply do what I just said, was play it just at the very end note. So I won't use it until the end. So let's see what that sounds like. And that sounds fine too. If anything, that's almost better because you're not overplaying. But again, I was just having fun doing it all the way through most of the time. Let me just show the right hand again as I play that. Again, you know, I'm not pushing down real hard, so it's hard to really see when I'm using it. If anything, you have to just, you know, use your ear and you can kind of hear when I'm pushing down on it. But so basically you're just playing off of that F chord. So you have 3 fingers, 2, 1, open, and then open first string. So that's the first time through. Now the second time through, when it stays in the C chord, I'm going to do a little slide here. Now that is just here and there. So these 2 notes on the 3 and the 5, and I'm sliding that to 6 and 8, and then I'm going to 8 and 10. So we have, now you can give it some vibrato on that last one if you want. So you can stop here also, so you could go so I gave that note some vibrato. So as I slid down, so it would be, and then hit that second string and give it vibrato. So it would be, or bring it down, or if you want to call this up, 2 more frets to the 8, 10. I prefer that, but it's up to you what you want to play. But now maybe I'll just add in. So near the, I did that the first couple times through. Now near the end of the song, as I went through, when it goes to the C part where it stays longer, I went and just held my open first string. So I went, okay, normal. So that's the first time. So second time through, open first string, and then this is the little add-on. So I'm just alternate picking, and I'm just playing the 3rd string, 1st fret, and just a. So that's just a little, add-on later, just to make the song sound a little fancier. But so that's in place of doing the slides. Now that's the second time through, and then the third time through obviously is just the same as the first. And then you're going to go back to the, however you want to do that, first finger, second finger. Now, another tricky picking part, I guess, with the alternate picking. So the other part in the song is when I played over the demo again, I was using the whammy bar hanging onto it. There I just played it where I'm dampening, so I prefer that, but I'm not good at using the whammy bar, so I was trying to hang on to it all the time instead of reaching for it all the time. Now, this part basically might sound confusing, but it's not that hard to play. Maybe I'll just play it with one finger so you can see the notes here. So, basically on these two notes here. So, now, so you're going to be alternate picking. So, it's sort of like you hold the one note and you kind of do that effect on it, okay? So, and having the repeats on the delay are also adding to that to make it sound right. But so basically the notes are again, and then later I just hit an open A string and then used my whammy bar, and then went to the D, open D, and then so again I'm doing that galloping. Now if you're having trouble with that, maybe just take that first note and so starting with the downstroke. So I think the trick is 2 down, 1 down, 2 down, and then up. So now to make the repeats or the delay stand out, if you dampen, you'll get that sound. But again, like I said, I was holding the bar, so I was trying to make those stand out as much as possible, but it was hard to without dampening the strings. So. But not hard to play here, obviously. But the whole trick is trying to get this sound playing on the picking hand. And then, of course, I'll just bar those down. The whole song, when I played it again over the backing track, I was using the back pickup, the guitar, basically just a Fender Stratocaster. I have the Sumerian, or however you want to pronounce it, Cobalt noiseless pickups in here, and these are the vintage ones. A student of mine had a Stratocaster Deluxe, I think is the model. It's the model above the American standard Stratocaster. He didn't care for these pickups, so he put in the hot version of these noiseless pickups, So he just gave me these pickups and threw them in there. And honest truth, probably one of the best pickups I've ever had in any of my guitars. And I love it because there's no hum at all. They're pretty well noise free from any buzz. But out of the whole set, the back pickup I think is probably the best pickup. I really like it, and especially for playing a lot of the country stuff, I find I get a really nice twangy sound out of that. But that's what I'm using. You could get by playing this song on the front pickup also, but I pretty well played the whole thing just on the back pickup, and wasn't switching pickups any part of in any part of the song. But again, so. Okay, now the last part here, maybe one thing I didn't explain on the part before this, when you're playing the riff here with that part, simply you're just going to go back and forth here 4 times. So you can look at either string. I'll usually just think of the 4th string here. So you're going to hit that. You're going to go to that note 4 times. Open A. So now at the very end of the song, the last time you play this to the backing track, you play that once, and then the second time through, instead of playing it a second time, I went to some power chords here. So I'm playing F, A, C, and E. Okay, so simply 1st fret. As for picking on the right hand, I'm just playing it really fast, just down and up. And now when I hit the 12th fret here on the E, I was just sliding that and then going to my A minor chord, strumming down once. So you'd have F, A, 5th fret, 8th fret with your 1st finger on C, and then you'd have the 12th fret with your power chord here on your E, and then just doing a slide to your A minor. Now you could simply go back to the very beginning for the end of the song with the beginning riff. You could simply do that, but what I did over the backing track was I played sort of just a different version of it. I was playing down here out of the A minor pentatonic scale. So I was starting here on the 4th string, 3 to the 3rd string here on the 5th fret. So now I'm doing a little bend, and my pinky would be in the 8th fret. And then on the 3rd string, I'd be on the 7th fret. So I'm hitting those 2 notes. And basically just bending the 3rd finger, or the 3rd string. Then I'm going to bar the first 2 notes out of my A chord here on the 1st finger. So take that 1st finger and bar the 1st and 2nd string. Go to the 8th fret, barring those 2 strings. 10th fret, and slide back to 8. Now you can end here, or if you want, you could bring it back and end here. And basically I was ending here when I played it. Then later, I was just kind of bringing it up, kind of 2 strings or 2 notes at a time. Hitting those 2, hitting these 2, and then ending on my A. You can throw a little bend in there if you want. And then try to hit a minor chord after that. This, obviously the bend is sounding a little more major sounding, but it'll fit over the minor chord also. You could simply lift off your third finger and hit these two notes instead of barring those. So and to play my minor chord, I'm taking my A like an F slid down to the 5th fret, but I'm barring the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings, and then I'm adding the A note on the 4th string, only picking the ones I'm holding. So there's my little quick A minor chord. So again, if you don't like this, you can do, you know, sort of the first version at the opening of the song.